Welcome back to another video within the News TV Daily. Now, YFN Lucci is begging his judge to give him a bond. Now, according to YFN Lucci, he has 4 kids that he really needs to take care of. Watch this video to find out exactly what's going on with this case. Now, let's get into the news. So, YFN Lucci is looking to get out of jail ASAP. Now, this is according to TMZ. YFN Lucci, the rapper from Atlanta, has been locked up since earlier this month. Now, he is facing charges of aggravated assault, participation in a criminal street gang, and the possession of a weapon during the commission of a felony. The Atlanta Police Department are saying that YFN Lucci was the driver during a drive-by that claimed one of his associates' life. Now, as we reported last week, YFN Lucci appeared in front of the Fulton County courtroom where he learned that his bond was denied. Now, YFN Lucci feels like this particular decision was completely wrong. Now, according to TMZ, YFN Lucci is trying to get out of jail as he waits for his trial to start. Now, if you guys don't know anything about trial and pretty much court proceedings, he has to wait a long time to pretty much get this trial started. And on top of that, COVID. So he might be sitting, if he has to sit without a bail, he probably have to sit for maybe a year or two just to get started. Now we have new legal documents, and they're saying that YFN Lucci is asking for a reasonable bond because, quote, he has 4 underage children whom he financially supports. Now, on top of that, YFN Lucci needs to take care of his mother and her monetary needs as well. He says that he has to take care of his mom, and she lives in the Atlanta area as well. Now, YFN Lucci, who is signed to the Warner Brother Music Group, is pleading with the judge, saying that he shows no signs of threat. He doesn't show any danger to anyone, including the community or any property of the community. Now, YFN Lucci says he's kept his nose clean before any of this happened. He says that he doesn't have any criminal charges or any felonies on his record before the situation allegedly happened. Now, here is the judge denying YFN Lucci on
Sean Bennett. I'm sorry? You're charged with 4 felonies. Mr. Finley, Mr. Banks, are you waiving sounding of the charges, or would you like me to read the charges?
We're waiving.
All right, and have you informed your client of the charges against him?
We have, Your Honor. I'll point to Your Honor that there is a series of 3 warrants to entertain, one ending in 1-4 that is felony, and then 1-3 and 1-5, which are the underlying aggravated assaults. Here is the triggering mechanism, obviously, is the aggravated assaults. On their face, 1-3 does not in any way allege that Mr. Bennett is the perpetrator of aggravated assault, or for that matter, the party to the crime of aggravated assault, and therefore making 1-4 that allegation impossible. The same thing with 1-5. His proximity in a vehicle to someone with is not what establishes aggravated assault.
Detailed in the face of the warrant is his roles, specifically in the conduct that gave rise to the aggravated assault, and then subsequently the felony, and allowing the occupants of his vehicle, him being the driver of the subject vehicle, to actually get out of the vehicle, fire multiple rounds, and then drive off with those occupants. So based on what the court has before it, in the affidavits for all the warrants, there's more than enough to continue on and to find probable cause at this juncture.
Mr. Bennett, because of the COVID crisis, I'm not able to tell you when your next court date will be. You will receive notice of your next court date from the jail. Is there anything further on this case from the state?
No, Your Honor.
Is there anything further on this case from the defense?
No, Your Honor.
Now, it seems like as soon as YFN Lucci was arrested, TMZ released the actual emergency call. Now, in this call, you can hear a young lady on the phone, and she's explaining the situation to one of the paramedics or one of the operators on the phone. Now, she says the man was pretty much hanging out of the car, and while he was hanging, they pretty much threw the man off the car and left him to pass away. Roll it.
3679 was the address of the emergency.
We need an ambulance. Somebody is laying out. Somebody, I don't know if he barely.
Let me connect you. Stay on the line.
Somebody just threw him out of the car.
Let me connect you to the ambulance.
Huh? He's still trying to fight for his life.
EMS, what's the address of the emergency?
Baby, can y'all please get an ambulance here? This man in the head. He just took his last breath, man.
are you on, ma'am? Can you give him your location, please, for the ambulance to give the guy some help?
What is his address? Man, he man just took his last breath, man.
Man, we have him.
We don't know about me and my sister. We were just walking down the street and somebody just rolled down the street with a man hanging out the car. They just pushed him out the truck and left him for dead.
Now, YFN Lucci, I guess on and off girlfriend Lil Wayne's daughter, Reginae Carter, she went to her Instagram page and gave the fans an update on YFN Lucci. Now, according to her, she says that YFN Lucci is doing very well and he will be home soon. Now, this is the post. She says, "Hey guys, Ray wants everyone to know that he's in good spirits and doing well. Thanks for all of the prayers and well wishes. He'll be home soon." She put the kissing emoji as well. So when I look at everything in a nutshell, does YFN Lucci come home soon? I mean, honestly, it's a 50-50 chance, to keep it real. I mean, sometimes your celebrity can work against you, especially when they're trying to make an example out of us, if you know what I mean. But let's talk about this in the comments. Do you think YFN Lucci is going to keep it solid behind these walls if he has to sit? I mean, what if the authorities be like, nah, no bail, you have to wait till trial? Do you think YFN Lucci will have to start telling to get what he wants? Or do you think he'll keep it solid and keep it real until his court date? But keep in mind, like I always say, COVID has slowed a lot of things down and it's only pushing back these court dates. So as I said before, how do you feel about him throwing out his associate? I mean, they literally threw him out the car after the situation happened. Now, I think about it two ways. I mean, on one hand, I could see if it was an actual flunky and somebody they didn't mess with, you know, pretty much was just part of the crew or just a hang on. I could see that happening, but I doubt YFN Lucci and the crew will actually bring this guy along for something so serious. It seems like they planned it out allegedly, so I doubt that would even happen. Now, I know YFN Lucci is making this plea and he's saying he needs to take care of his family while he's locked up. Now, does this mean that YFN Lucci is lacking money and he doesn't have the money to kind of just put out to his people and draw away from the account? Or do you think this is just an excuse for YFN Lucci to kind of finesse his way out of the system? I mean, we got auto drafts, we got bank account transfers. You know, his people can look that up or look out for him and do that if that was the case. But let me know in the comments below. I'm in the news with it, and like I say, I always report news each and every day, so make sure you're subscribed. And if I gave you any new information in this case or in this video, make sure you thumbs up the video and share it with a friend. Signing out, I'm in the news with it.